Let's go. Okay, it's time to start the show. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Faded Woods Bureau. I'm Sags Argicross, here to guide you with whatever you need. Now, okay, I don't want to start the game right away. Wait, do I? No, yes. Yes, no? This is technically my debut, technically. I jumped the gun. That's what I gotta say. I jumped the gun. Expression time. Oh my god. I mean, I've been playing around with it a little bit. You know, it's kind of funny. You just start playing around in VTube Studio by yourself, and you get a lot of these moments where you, oh man, I wish I was just recording. Because you start talking about crazy things. I already forgot about them though. Oh well, I'll remember them if I do. Now, anything else? Yeah, well, this is technically my debut. Oh wait, one thing. I think I gotta make sure I get my YouTube chats here. There we go. Yeah, my debut. And then, I used to be a PNG tuber actually. Let's see. I just want to show it off real quick. I can't make myself disappear. And goodbye, Alex. There I am. I'm still there. Except it's not a moving PNG anymore. But I'm me. It's still me. It's still you. It's still me. Except now I'm a humanoid tree person who works at a bureau. Doesn't really do anything. Okay. Should I actually introduce my stage? I think I should. So, well, stage. Well, the overlay is something I made myself. As well as the logo. Though I gotta be honest, I'm not satisfied with the logo I made. Let's be real. It's like the weird lines on the round surrounding it, it's a bit off. But I like the lettering. It's fine. It works. It works. Okay, let's see here. And I got some red spiders as a border and some white spiderweb star shapes that I actually made way back. It's for something else. But I'm repurposing them as this. Oh yeah, check out my tree branches on my head and on my back. Pretty cool, right? I'm not a deer, by the way. Don't call me a deer. Unless it's a deer. D-E-I-R. Okay. Just check if chat is working. Ah, Botrix is working. I'm using Botrix, so I got YouTube chats, Kick chats, and Twitch chats all in one. Let's see. Though I'm not sure why it hasn't adjusted the subscriber number. Gotta fix that later. It's at 482. It's not reflecting that. Alright, let me just check. DK. There it is. That's where the chat will be. Okay. Enough joints. Let's get started with the actual game. It's been a long time actually. It's been like what? Almost a month? Where was I? Wow. That concert last night sure went south in a hurry. No kidding. Why did they arrest Maki? Why? Don't look at me like it's my fault. Maki Tubai, the blind pianist. Arrested on suspicion of murdering Romain Litaus. Wait, he's still alive? I think he was dead. Well, there goes my thumbnail title. I can't believe such a cute little boy would do something so horrible. I guess they had proof of some kind. What proof could they possibly... Morning. Prosecutor Gavin? What a night, eh? I apologize for being so upset. Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why did they arrest Maki? Why? Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me too. We performed together that night after all. Yet... The powers that be say that, given the circumstances, it could only have been him. What do you mean by the circumstances? Lemivor was invited from Borginia as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital that this case be wrapped up swiftly. That's all the powers that we want, really. Well, those circumstances, alright. But what makes Maki the only possible suspect? Her forehead. You seem to have forgotten that you're talking to the prosecution? The enemy? Ah, right. I think I like this side of Prosecutor Gavin better, actually. I'm not at liberty to discuss the particulars of the case. Especially not to the defense attorney. What? Did you just say me? The defense attorney? That's what I came to tell you. He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. You mean Maki? Maki wants me? This is what we've been waiting for, Apollo. Let's get going. Right? Good luck. I'm off to question Labrador. Right. Later. I hope I'm up to this. Well, I don't get it. I refuse to believe such a cute little kid like that could do something so terrible. You said that already. Maki, everything's going to be okay. We're here for you. Hi. Maybe you can tell me about last night? Uh-oh. He doesn't speak a word of English. Huh? Oh no, he's so scared. Look at him, he's about to cry right now. That was when I realized how tough it must be. A little kid like this. In a country so far from everything he's ever known. Maybe Labrador can help? But didn't Prosecutor Gavin say she was with him? Good luck. I'm off to question Labrador. Well, what are we going to do? That's, a good question. I can't think of anything. We can do but go with this. And hope for the best for the trial tomorrow. Oh no, we gotta help him. Come on, look at him. Yep. Dun 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 dun. Some water. Turnabout serenade. Get some water. Yes, continue next chapter. Maybe I should put it on my side. July 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Hey yo, prosecutor! No wait, you're the judge. Judge old man. Court is now in session for, how do I say that? Maki Toba, your honor. The pixie of the Apreggio. Right, his trial. Court is in session. The defense is ready, your honor. The prosecution is A-OK, her judge. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. My opening statement, yeah? No, actually. There was something else I wanted to ask you about. Yes? You're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them? What kind of question is that? He's like what? Are you okay, Judge? Are you visiting somebody? A lover, maybe? This is a sad story, just like Senior Pink? I mean, you wouldn't say, get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them where they're down. What are you talking about? Actually, I was going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial. The Chief Justice's son. The Chief Justice. His son is afflicted with a most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. Oh. Way to bring the mood down. So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day. Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending? She's looking at me with something like disgust? Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? Apollo's a pretty honest guy. He wouldn't hide stuff. In any case, I'm a bit busy today, So let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly. You're in luck here, Judge. I believe you will be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. Jackass. First, to review the victim of this case. Romain Letus, age 35. The global manager for diva songstress Lemroar. The cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details. The court accepts this into evidence. Letus's autopsy report. Okay. 45 caliber. That's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet and just straight up kill him. They did write something. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's condition could not have been much worse considering. Oh man. What were your dying words? 2 shots were fired. 1 shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. 1, 2. This is where the bullets hit. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. If we're talking about a 45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at using the weapon. Really? Yeah, apparently, weapons that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. The defense will take care of in choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in a dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, this door. That does seem to be the case, yes. However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots. He's talking about you and Emma, huh? Yet, when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course. But that's impossible. Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but one person. One person? That is, of course, the defendant, Maki Tobai. Only this defendant could have committed the crime? But how? It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime seem to make it clear. Very well. I assume you have testimony to back this claim. Please show the witness to the stand. Emma, what you doing? Your name and profession, please. Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired somehow. Security at the concert, you say? Some security I was. Couldn't even stop a murder. Now don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. Except they shouldn't, it's a freaking murder. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know. Allowing someone to get murdered? 2 people? I'm sure that makes her feel much better, Your Honor. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. Me too. What the hell just happened? In any case, because you were on the security detail, the crime was quickly discovered. And we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please. Alright. So cute. Murder circumstances? The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at the prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the 3rd set, I heard gunshots. I went into the room, filled with blaring rock music, and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that the only defendant could have done it. Wait, what do you mean by that last statement? It's kinda weird. It was lucky that the detective was the first one on the scene. But that door was the only way out of the room, right? Yeah, pretty much. Then, I don't get it. How can they say that Maki did it? Looks like we need a little bit more information. Very well. Defense may begin the cross-examination. Cross-examination time! Dun 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 dun. Oh, I can already do the thing. Is it? No, not yet. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage. Prosecuting requests. I can skip that. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. That's not true. We were there. We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave Frozen special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off. Wait, that's kind of important. So no other outsiders were there then. And then... at the beginning of the third set, I heard gunshots. Could you explain a bit more? I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snackaroos. Hey, no snacking in the court. And you're sure the gunshots came from Labrador's room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this'll keep you quiet. Dunk. Thanks. So, how about Emma? You were right, they're both just eating. Oh man, Jesse's gonna get really mad. He's gonna be like, I want some too. Please, either talk or eat, not both at the same time. Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body. Explain a bit more. Rock? Blaring? Yes. When you say rock, are you referring to perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? It's going out of fashion, man. That's right, when we went down to the restroom room, music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. They piped sound from the stage into the backstage through speakers. That way, people in the back can hear them when they're supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to the Gaviners with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I have always had the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked into the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime. If you can hear that music playing, I can check something. I think it's better like this. Then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation. I examined the scene and determined that the only defendant could have done it. Let me check one more thing. Okay, perfect. I know the circumstances under which the body was found. I was there. An examination of the crime scene was enough to nail down the killer? I'm sure they had good reason. They must have had good reason to arrest Maki. And I'm gonna find out what it was. The night of the murder, I was at backstage security at Gavin's request. Why Gavin's request? Honestly, I kinda wanna know. The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was the detective doing as security detail, I might ask? If it was only a concert, my thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from the rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day. You might say, the stench of conspiracy. That day, at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys! The whole morning, no, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into a murder victim's hands on their own. What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were at the victim's hands, that makes you a prime suspect. Oh, so this was the answer. Yeah, go ahead. I had an excuse. Love, slow acting in you, Atrokinine, is waiting for you. He's singing something. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen, so I put a detective with the most time on their hands on the task. I see. I can accept that. Well, I can't. What do you mean most time on their hands? She's so mad. Please, testimony. We were martyred, but when we make the room and examine the scene, it turns out the defendant could have done it. What do you mean by this? How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen, we know there was only one exit from the door. That door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility. The air vent. What? He vented? You mungus sus, vented kid, mungus sus. But that air vent was way too small. Who could possibly... Exactly. Fuck! Okay. There's certainly no way you could have gotten through. Nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child. A child? Remember? Access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. And, of all the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. The defendant? The pixie of the Apregio, fitted up towards the sky, and disappeared from the scene of the crime. No, you don't get to do this. But that's just conjecture. Oh? There was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know it, forehead. No, wait. Let me check real quick. Records. Come on, there's gotta be something. Fudge! Okay. It's gotta be an exit. A double exit. Door? And there's another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that had been recently opened. Wait, what? This is why I freaking hate... This is what's so messed about the Ace Attorney universe. They have evidence nobody knows about. You just bring your own pieces of evidence. They bring their own pieces of evidence. It doesn't matter, it's fair game. Nobody cares. And something else was found, quite clearly. The defendant Makitobai's fingerprints. Are you freaking kidding me? You've gotta be kidding me! Bruh. Oh, come on. Why? The expression, why does this have to be like this? Order. 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 That air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, for her head, fudge, we're cooked. Barbecue, done over. What is fairy tale? What fairy tale does this suggest to you? Only one could pass through that vent. That doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie. Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Wasn't you, was it? A magic trick, maybe? Hey, how was that whooping it up with the audience? So this was his decisive evidence. Quite decisive indeed. I believe that's enough of that. Oh, come on, give me a chance. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could have possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. Come on, come on, come on! Don't be like this. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict. Oh, come on. Even if I wasn't in a hurry to make the hospital visit, I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. Come on, it can't be over. Very well. I believe this trial is finished. And the defense has no contradicting evidence. The prosecution has presented our proof clear and plain. If you now contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain. Apollo, they got us on the ropes already. You better come up with something quick. I know. Think. We can get us out of this. We need evidence. We need evidence that can prove Maki is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that... Mr. Justice? Do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you'd better tell us about it now. This is it. And so soon? If I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants contradicting proof? Okay, Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there was no witnesses to the crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely. I swear on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit, Acho can need my love. There he goes again. That's too bad, because there was a witness. Ho ho, really now? But how did he come to possess this knowledge that prosecution clearly does not? Because I'm the only one in the world who knows this. That's right. What's going on? I just know I talked to him now. He's alive. Mr. Latus, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry. You're gonna be fine. He's a dead man. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latus. Tell me who was the witness. The witness is Siren. What? The victim said this before he died? Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. Hey, I'm not lying. I am not lying. Don't you dare think I'm lying. What do you mean by that? All we know is that her forehead said, he said, it's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. Objection? But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently, you ignored me completely. It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly, this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. That's enough? Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty. What is it? All dead? Oh, half. Oh no, it's just 2. Not too bad. Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for. There's no backing out now. Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice. It is Siren, of course. Get over here. Lamaror. Recall Mr. Latus's last words. The witness is Siren. The siren. Aha, he meant the siren. That's right. The siren of the ballad, Lamaror. Lamaror was the only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been the witness. I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? My claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime. Very well. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will now take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Please show Lamaror to the witness stand. Lamaror would say nothing about the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today we'll drag that story out of her no matter what it is. Why are you looking so confident? Smug bastard. Hello! So pretty. It is my distinct honor to welcome the siren of the ballad to our courtroom. You are too kind. You can speak English? Yes I can. Though I'm not very good. There is much I do not know. You speak so well. Have you spent time here before? Actually, I don't know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor where I studied it. That's a complete load of bullshit. What? What does she mean she doesn't know? I too thought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lamaror suffers from amnesia. What? What do you mean amnesia? That's a first? She's totally lying. Okay, Lemon Warrior, you're kind of acting kind of sus there. Amnesia? Lemon Warrior is not my true name. Yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. Whoa, she's even more mysterious than I thought. As lauded singer Lemon, she lives a good life. There are a little difficulty for her, thanks to her success. Yet, I do not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's past. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lemon. Thank you. Yet, there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness? What might I say? No one would tell me anything of what happened. Lemon, let me be frank. I do not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet that gentleman with the wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. The bad guy. How does the song go? I only heard it in Fortnite once. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw that night of the crime. What I saw. As for what I saw nothing. That night, I was invited to sing on stage and I did this. I did not return to the backstage after the second set. Then, I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was when I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying. I hope he's too distracted to hear what she's actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now you can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat and refrain from detaining her here any longer than need be. Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go. The bad guy. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Short and sweet, short and sweet. Lemonware wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something. And I gotta find out what. I'm really starting to distrust her more and more. I don't want to distrust her. I want to believe her and think she's innocent, but she's giving me a lot of red flags. It's not good. As for what I saw nothing. Too vague. But you must have seen something. Mr. LaChoice named you. Mr. Latus? How can I tell you what I don't know? Come on, Leonard. He said you were a witness with his dying words. I don't know what he meant to say, but that night I was invited to sing on stage and this I did. I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Okay. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. With Maki, correct? How was he then? He seemed as he always does. Though, I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Latus's death. Yet, he was not the type to show much emotion. Yes, he's given the police no end of headaches. The answers most questions with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing. The questioning hasn't gotten very far. We sat there waiting. That was when I learned something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. That's not true, I told you the details. How was the incident explained to you? I was told nothing in detail, only that Mr. Latus died. Of course, investigations require some security. But Mr. Latus was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. Both Maki and I were beside ourselves with concern. Allow me to apologize, but please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you. Yes, I understand. Think what doesn't ring true about her testimony. It's hard to imagine Lemura lying. She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. What? When did she tell me the night of the murder? Saw nothing. And this I did. How about this? I did not return backstage after the second set. Oh, oops. You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing? I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do to perform for other than just simply sing. And was Maki with you at the time? Unfortunately, I don't know where he was. Oh, come on. So much for an alibi for Maki. So the police, Mr. Justin was trying to wait there. That's when I learned that something bad happened. I wasn't told the details. Oh, but wait, the brooch. Wasn't that brooch in the... That's right, the brooch. Let me check their... Can I investigate it? A sort of pin fastener for adjusting things to close. Not a safety pin though. So it's not a safety pin. Is it a danger pin? I suppose if you stick it in your eye, then yeah, sure. But you can also do that with a safety pin for sure, for that matter. She's not impressed. She's like, what kind of joke is that? Telling me to stab myself in the eye? What's wrong with you, Apollo? Thanks for taking the fun out of my danger pin. Aw, you're driving the danger pin through my heart here. No clues here. What else? The mixing board, the key ring, autopsy report, time elapsed between shooting, currently under review. Wait. Time elapsed between shooting and death, currently under review. That's kind of suspicious. And he technically only has one gunshot wound, I see. Wait, that's true. Wait. How many gunshot wounds does he have? That's kind of suspicious. Because when they said there were 2 shots fired. Oh, wait, I just saw my YouTube subscriber just updated. Finally. I thought my bot trick was broken. Okay. He would have... If he was shot twice, it means he would have had another giant bullet hole, but he's not. And the time of being actually shot and dying is missing. Something's not adding up. Oh, I wonder if this blue line is visible. We back? I think we're back. Phew. That's something happens, but nothing to worry about. Let's see here. The mixing board. I did not return backstage after the second set. True. Can I examine this? No. Wait. I'm curious. They specifically said they were playing Guilty Love. Are there any gunshots in Guilty Love? Dun 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 dun. That guitar solo is so cool. No, nothing suspicious there. Gunshot, bullet. Oh yeah, were there any fingerprints on this? The middle of the weapon is revolving chamber. That's where you load the bullets. A revolver, see? Revolver. Revolver! That kind of sounds like Wonder Bar. Especially if you say it really fast. I guess. Revolver, 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 revolver. You know, what I used to always think? I used to think that the closet sound to Wonder Bar was one liver. What? I think that's a joke lost in translation. There's just so many words in the world, Apollo. Isn't it amazing? So many different words, so many different people. People like Chusei. But no fingerprints. Postcard? wonder what it says. To ensure the efficiency and security of investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation considering any details of the case. I think Prosecutor Gavin gave us this, right? And then the lyric sheets. Sugar, sugar, oh that night in your embrace, whoa. All the way like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all the way, guitar, guitar, up to the sky. That was my singing. Still, that brush is very suspicious. And I was led to make some sequences of criminal, so wait there. Are you now returning after the second stage? I hope this is the right evidence. This thing was found there. God dang it. Wait, is it? I'm sorry, Lemuror, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lemuror's. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add that to your testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? I got him. This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime. What? Got him. Lemuror, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And, as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you have been wearing it during your performance that night. Oh, busted. What is the meaning of this? Lemuror, please explain. Lemuror? She's defaulting back to random language. She says English is quite difficult. That trick's not gonna work here. Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now? In fact, at the time of the incident, don't tell me there's two brooches. I went backstage, but only for a moment. What do you... Fine, go ahead. Make up excuses. Think back to the moment of the crime. You know where I speak. Is she really saying all that? Those two are conspiring. You know, I was thinking this, but Gavin is acting really sus too. It's not cool. He's acting really sus, and I don't like it. What's she talking about, Apollo? Right when the incident occurred, is she talking about that? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Mr. Latus, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry. You're going to be just fine. Help is on the way. The witness is Siren. Siren? How can you... a siren say anything? Yipes! Emma? What was that? Wait, who's there? Ah, that's right. I forgot about that. Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard the door close. I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you. So, this is where your brooch dropped? That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. That's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant and you dropped your brooch? And it was like, not by the door. It was much further away, I'm pretty sure. Her forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. So she looked in and at the cream sign, my tongue crossed. Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing would happen, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Her forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt. A horrible voice indeed. I closed the door immediately. Well, that explains the brooch. No, it doesn't. Let's return to your testimony. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Labrador, you did look into the room, right? Yes. Testify as to what you saw. Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses. When my performance was finished, I went backstage just for a moment. I saw nothing. The late Latus's body was behind a wall. Huh? What? What do you mean behind a wall? Wait, a wall? There was a wall there? Is what in English? A division or partition, I believe. It was a large dressing room, divided into two halves. And the murder took place in the inside half. I'm guessing that partition might have hidden the body. Then, I was led to the police. Oh wait, the thing is activating. I wonder what her thingy is. A solemn... I can't see her eyes. She's normal there too. Okay. Let me use this right now. Okay, I see it. Booba. Damn, she's stone cold. Here again? It's gotta be her face, right? How about here? You weren't told the details. She's smiling? I wonder where I have to look at her. She's very covered up. I mean, oh, she has her hands down there actually. I just noticed. Her hands right under the seat. I think go way down. Oh, but I can't reach. Darn. She's not looking at anything. What could it be? Pass. Let me look at another version of her looking straight at me. There's this one. Let me see. If she's smiling, it might be something. No, she's normal. Damn, she's ice cold. I can't get a read on her. When my preparation was finished, I went backstage. I saw nothing. The late witness was behind a wall. I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and someone to wait there. That's when I learned something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. It has to be in this one because this is the new one. A wall, partition, yeah. It has to be something. She's looking away. Is that it? Maybe her eyebrows. Yeah, it'd have to be her eyebrows because that's the only thing I could see actually. Okay, there's gotta be something in her eyebrows. How about here? Okay. Come on, eyebrow twitch. I'm staring. 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 Come on, twitch. Why aren't you twitching? Come on, twitch. Oh wait, twitch. I'm shooting on Twitch. Okay. Man, I'm stumped. Darkest pencil for me for you. Maybe I have evidence I can use. They said there was a partition. That's where the body was. Dun dun. Is this evidence that I can use? A diagram. I mean, he wasn't exactly behind the partition. It's still kind of visible. As for what I saw nothing. I'm just seeing something. Okay, I'll check this one more time. Okay, come on. Something. She must have seen something. She's looking straight at me. Smiling. And no twitch at all. Damn. She's a tough nut to crack. It's gotta be something. Okay, I'm looking at her face one more time. She's seriously not twitching at all. Nope. Damn. I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. I saw nothing. It was behind a wall. Ah, dang it. Pressing the wrong buttons. What if I just perceive? Wait, what? Oh, I guess penalty? Perhaps this is a joke in your culture? She doesn't seem very flustered to meet Apollo. Maybe I got that one wrong. I have to look harder. I'll find that weak spot. What is the weak spot? Which one I have not checked? I mean, this one's pretty obvious. Just for a moment. Okay, she's smiling. Her eyes are unflinching, staring at my soul. She isn't giving up, ain't flinching at all. I can't see anything of her face. Pass. I mean, and I can't even see her hands either. I have no idea. Come on, flinch! Wait. I think I saw something there. Here again. I think I saw her face smile, extra smile. Bruh. She's unbelievably tough. Boob? Boob? Will you stare at her boob? There's nothing here to look at, though. Maybe there's like a bit of sweat running somewhere. Hold it. Maki correct. Blah 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 blah. Man, this. And then here she is looking away. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe just her looking away is it.
Gotcha!
Nope, not it. I'm a bit of a guide. I'm not working. Dun 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 dun. Follow just this serenade. Dun 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 dun. Day 2 trial. Here we go. I think it's this one. Dun dun dun. It's behind. I perceived that. Ah, the throats. I see. The throats. Oh, whoops. Oh, hello, Marshmallito. What's up? How you been doing? Right now, we're playing Ace Attorney. Also, this is my debut VTuber stream. Welcome. Dun, dun. I'm a tree VTuber. And then, right now, I'm about to catch her in the act. She's lying. Apparently. Let's see here. Her neck, apparently? I don't see anything suspicious with her neck. Oh, I see it now. It's a big old gulp.
Gotcha!
Because when it's in an angle, it's more visible. She's a dude? Is she? The late Mr. Latus's body, you say? Yes. You know something more about Mr. Latus's death than you are saying. What? I could see you trying not to remember. But the effort you made, you swallow. You can't fool my eyes. Is it true? It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latus have to be shot? What moment, Lenore? Yes? What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Latus have to be shot? Yes? She was hiding something. I knew it! Lenore, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but... your words just now contradict your testimony. How could that be? Take this. Lenore contradicted her own testimony and I have the evidence to prove it. Why did Mr. Lamb have to die? Oh wait, do I have the evidence? My brain isn't processing things. Why did he have to die? The lyric sheet? Because if she said why did she have to die, which means she must be aware of it, which means... this? The lyric sheet? I do not understand the meaning of contradiction. Fudge. It is you who contradict, Mr. Justice. Huh? Your evidence is... meaningless? Ow. Oh, come on. Gotta think this over. What did she say again? Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot? That's right, it totally contradicts her testimony. Take this. Why did Mr. Latouche have to die? Is it the brooch? Death of loss. Oh, you see the brooch. Here you go, the brooch. God dang it. Why didn't Mr. Latouche have to die? That's right. Come on. What is this? Limited publicity. What's the key to the thing? Why did Mr. Ledoux have to die? Can I examine this? How about this? Nope. Bro, this is a true epic legal battle. Yup. We're just playing out a bunch of different pieces of evidence until we get it right. Until it sticks. Until I die, too. Gotta think this over. What did you see again? Come on. I'm a great lawyer. Excellent lawyer. The best of the best. You get what you paid for. I don't get paid. What about this? Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot? Oh, take it easy. Don't rush it. Yeah, true. Gotta calm down. Having fun though. Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot? What does this say? 9 p.m., 9:30. Blood loss due to 45 caliber bullet wound. Time elapsed between death, current review. It could be this because the time lapse. The postcard. I have no idea what this postcard be used for. Sightseeing music. And this, I'm pretty sure I would use this. And then you have this. This isn't useful. The key ring. Why did... Oh! That's right. He held this in his hands. That's right. This is the only thing that's actually connected to the victim. So it's gotta be the key ring. What? What did she say? It's not this? Okay, what did she say again? Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot? Why did he have to be shot? She might have to been shot because of... Oh. Maybe it's because you're just the manager? Take this. Because... Okay, it's not this. It could be this. Insurance? They haven't mentioned insurance or anything. Maybe he had to be shot because he was just related to the postcard. No, there was no mentions of debts or anything like that before. It could be this. The postcard. The legacy insurance debt? Oh man. There are a bunch of musicians and they're actually in debt. That'd be the biggest twist ever. Let's see. It's not this. Not this, not this, not this. It can't be this. Because it's just the evidence. Okay, this is it. If I don't get this right, and I die, a young boy is going to prison. God darn it. Okay, at least I get to see what happens when the kid goes to prison. That's enough. I see no further need to prolong this trial. The court defendant's case is insufficient to overturn the prosecution's claims. This court finds the defendant Maki Tobai guilty. The defendant will surrender himself to the court's care to undergo a regular trial at the High Court within a month's time. Court is adjourned. Sorry, kid. Damn. He's not gonna survive for long. Retry from the scene. I think it's over. That's right. That totally contradicts her statement. It's not the lyric sheet. I mean, the investigation report? Because that technically just says she can't be told anything. I don't think I've used this. It's gotta be this at this point. Right? Tell me. Yeah, there we go. Finally. How did you know he had been shot? Well, Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is a document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, "No one told me anything about the incident." Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Mr. Latouche had been shot. How could you have known? Yeah! I can't scream. Oh, dead caught. Finally getting places. Though I gotta admit, she's being really sus for some reason. Lamiror, you aren't hiding something from this court, I hope. That swing song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Any progress? Yes. The timing. There was a gag order after that, so that means she ignored the gag order, which means she did know. So it was the paper. Now I remember. Oh, she's trying to cover up her lies. Please, allow me to add to my testimony. Of course. All we want to know is the truth. She looks kind of pale, huh? She saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so. I saw bullet holes in the wall, and you, Mr. Latouche, had been shot. New progress. Only a glimpse, yet you knew there were bullet holes? Yes, I recognized them immediately. I have seen bullet holes before, you know. You have traveled the world as a singer. You must have sung in places far more dangerous than our country. Japanifornia. I go wherever my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. That's really cool. I hope I get to travel like Lamnor someday. I plan on recording on my next album overseas. Their studios have a different sound, you know. Maybe I should go on a Chords of Steel tour too. Chords of Steel! I saw bullet holes in the wall and knew Miss Latouche had been shot. That could not have been true, because if she poked her head and she wouldn't have been able to see the wall. Lemmerwar, they call you the siren of the ballad, but lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. A put-down worthy of a prosecutor, Mr. Justice. Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Nice, nice, nice. That was pretty obvious because there was two bullets. But what's interesting is there's only one gunshot wound. I don't know what happened to the other bullet. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, yeah? Come on, can't they be cool for once? Observe the diagram. Lemonor, you looked in from the door for just a moment, correct? Yes, that is so. There are bullet holes in the room, yes, but they were in the wall on the door is on. You see? Assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen the bullet holes. Ah! I bet she's gonna say something like, I saw them from the other side or something. Lamiror? Yes? I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. And I must tell you what it is that I saw? Yes. The happenings in this trials are being recorded, and I'm certain it will be on the news in Virginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. She's not getting off scot. But she knew if Mr. Latouche died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lammermore. Destroy this fucker. Hell yeah. Sorry, Lammermore. You're guilty. I don't think it was the kid. Definitely not the kid. Very well. Lammermore, please continue your testimony. Very well. I shall. Time to expose the lies. Seek out the truth. How's that Persona 4 song go? I was only on the way from the stage back to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Maki. It was a grown person. I know it was. Okay. I believe that part of her. I don't think it was a kid, so it has to be a grown person. You know what I think? Wait, where's my witnesses? I get the feeling it was this dude. Because he's been out of the picture for a little while. And Gavin's been kind of a bit too involved with the case. It's kind of like he's kind of covering it up, kind of? It's just my guess. Darian. So you witnessed the crime. What about the revolver? That was the murder weapon. But she says it was fired twice, but there's only 1 gunshot wound, which is weird. And the killer was a grown person, you say? This is the first time I'm hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, your forehead. Thanks. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your cross-examination. Great going, Apollo. You were right about Lammeror. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. They're not gonna try to pin it on me, are they? Okay, round 2. Let's go. Fight. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. Tell me more. So you were heading towards the dressing room? Yes. So this is a little before she opened the dressing room door and dropped her brooch. About the same time Emma and I heard those shots. I was on my way back. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. How about this window? What exactly is something like a little window? Yes, well, window is the best word I know in English. I think this is how it's said, yes? You need not worry, Lammeror. Your choice of words is impeccable. There is a small window in the dressing room in question. There is? It is your dressing room, so you should know. Perhaps the defense remembers the detail? That little window on the wall. Do not open. Ah. Oh! And he was shot in the back, too. There must have been somebody from the outside shooting inside. And it makes sense because he was shot from the back that way. Ah, I see. It's coming together. Wait. Wait, you fool! You said... Wait, what? She's giving herself out. It must have been from that side. Because unless there was actually someone inside that building with the victim, the only person who could have shot him was her from the window. She's giving herself away. Oh no. I mean, you're really bad at lying. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Maki. It was a grown person, I know it was. You can't ask for a better testimony than that. I know, right? I'm not so sure it's all that simple, Trucy. It's a critical flaw in that testimony. And I have to point it out, even if it isn't good for our case. There was something like a little window there, that's how I saw it. 2 shots, I couldn't do anything to stop it, but it wasn't Maki. Tell me more, why do you think it wasn't Maki? It wasn't Maki who shot. Are you sure? You know, actually, when you really think about it, it couldn't have been Maki because it could not have. Because his arms would have freaking broken and bled just like freaking Deku does whenever he tries to punch things. That 45 caliber revolver would crush his hands. He would be crying like a baby. Yes, quite certain. It amuses me that you would question her testimony. It is testimony in your favor. Isn't it my job to object? Yeah, Apollo, what were you thinking? Trucy, let's listen to what Lammeror has to say. Can you tell me how you were so sure? Yes, of course. You see, it was a grown person. I know it was. A grown person. That's a little vague. You know, If it was her who shot the victim, she could be hiding her broken arm under that cloak. I'm sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know. Certainly, you could have at least seen whether the shooter was male or female. It was a man. A young man. Are you sure of that? Yes. His voice was quite clear. Voice? Looking at the diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. Oh, got the voices wrong. It doesn't seem very likely that you would have had a clear view of the shooter. As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. That voice was the voice of a man. So you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latouche? Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latouche who spoke, I would have known. Indeed. So you were at the window and you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man. Apollo, this is a good testimony. That proves that it wasn't Maki. Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony? It's contradictory. Though it pays me to say this, there's something about Lemoine's testimony that rings false. Bravo, Air Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As been established, no grown man could have passed through that air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime. But that means Lemoine must have been lying. I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. It is as her forehead says. Yet, this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. What? Next? What's he talking about? Lemoine? I understand why you would want to protect Maki. Yet, remember you were the siren of the ballad. And lies do not become such a creature. What does the prosecution mean? Apollo, what's he talking about? How come no one bats an eye when I say stuff like that, when he says stuff like that? I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room? Yes, when the murder took place. That window was closed. Wait, was? Darn it. Wait, it was closed. That's why there was 2 gunshots. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. What? But I was sure. Lemoine, I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she's the only eyewitness we have. Objection! Sue as you say, but the victim named her, the siren, as the witness. That's right. That's what Mr. Latouche... We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility, and it brought us to this. Her judge? Yes. The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please? He's definitely up to something. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution request. No, come back. Come back. You're not getting away. There is indeed a question of the witness's credibility. But if Lemoine can't testify, then we don't have a chance of proving Maki's innocence. This cross-examination is over, Prosecutor Gavin. You may continue making your case. Danke. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I would like to hear from Fräulein Detective again. Wait. Let me hear Lemoine's testimony one last time. But the cross-examination is already over. What was that noise? Until such a time as a need arises. This witness may leave the stand. I'm sorry I could not be more of assistance. And she got away. Oh well. Dang it. I know it's her. It's probably her. Or unless... Was she telling the truth and it was the other guy, I said? At last, back to the real trial. Ready, her forehead? I hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Royal Detective, how far have we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me. I dislike saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore. If you would, Miss Sky? I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latus's killer could have escaped was through the air vent on the ceiling. Yes, the only one in the door in the room. And a witness, you, was standing in front of it. The air vent isn't very big, see? Kind of limits the people who could possibly get through. I certainly would have had a difficult time. You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people who not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for our killer is the defendant. A virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself. She does state a clear case. Though, reading the report, something caught my eye. Oh? What's that? The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. The circumstances? Again? He was knocked out unconscious. Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Maki? That was bizarre. I thought they were both dead. That's why I titled the thumbnail Double Homicide. Why did Mr. Latus's body disappear from the room? And end up on the top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less. A perceptive observation, Her Judge. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you were working this job long enough. You get a nose for things. The judge seems pleased with himself. Very good, Roland Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? Okay. I believe Maki stole the body from us because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamenore's song. No one in this country could have a motive to kill the victim. And Maki practically left his signature at the scene. He did? All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. What's this evidence? Lamenore's song? Yes, the guitar serenade. You noticed its code too, did you not? Its code? All of the events that followed the lyrics to our song. First, the keys my heart held onto so tightly were stolen. Then, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latus's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. I admit it, I had forgotten about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were. Hey, you know I was the one who first noticed that. I've heard of jumping rope to songs, and counting to songs, but killing? It's a wild world out there, Herr Judge. Very well. We've heard one song and dance. Let's get on to the next, the cross-examination. I'm not so sure I'm going to be doing much singing. You can see you got voices of steel. I don't have voices of steel. My voice is actually kind of soft. Well, I'm working on it. I believe Maki stole the body because of some lyrics. Who told you that? Did you figure it out on your own? Who would steal a body just to match some lyrics? I didn't believe it myself, but it couldn't just be a coincidence. It as Fräulein Detective says. Let us begin with the first verse, if you would, Fräulein Detective. Oh, you want her to sing? What? You want me to sing? You are the witness, yeah? Or did you want me to sing? I warn you, my fee as a vocalist is not trivial. Fine, fine. Let's look at the first part of the lyrics, shall we? When you stole away the keys, my heart held on so tight. Indeed, my favorite heart-shaped keyring was stolen that morning. Next, we go right to the right page of the lyric sheet, where we find, burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away, all away. I was when the guitar went on fire. As we know, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. Like a bullet out of love, fire, take my life away, all away. And he's dead. Mr. Lezuz's life was taken away by a bullet. Bravo, Fräulein Detective. You're singing, it's not bad. Now, for the trial finale. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. As it says in the lyrics, Mr. Lezuz. Was found with a guitar high up in the sky, over the stage. No series of coincidences could be so well conceived. He's right, scientifically speaking. What would Waki have said? That concert was whack. It's hard to argue when she pours her heart into it like that. Anyway, the shooter. He moved the body to match the Larimor's song, we know that. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. That's interesting. But, wait. Yes, they do. Wait, where is he? I forgot, this dude's Virginian too. He's also from Virginia, he's also from out of the country. Oh, it's gotta be him now. But Mr. Lezuz spoke English. He may have come from this country before. I looked into that, I assure you. Oh? It was his first time in the country, it seems. Apparently, he learned English on his own. Great. Actually, that's kind of impressive, holy crap. Learning a whole language just like that? You see? No one here had a motive to kill him. And certainly not in such an elaborate fashion. It does seem difficult to imagine. Unless our famous prosecutor did it as a publicity stunt. What did you say? Prosecutor Gavin? You did this to promote your song? Yes, murder. Hey, wait, you're supposed to say something funny. Of course not. I'm quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim. Why would I need a promotion? Everyone already listens to my music. They're even in my test books at school. And I've never heard of them. What does that say about me? I know how he feels, not knowing any popular music. I was just kidding. Don't get all worked up, Glimmer Boy. And Maki practically left his signature at the scene. What does that even mean? But how was he knocked out? What do you mean by his signature? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. The bullet holes? The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed, and it left a hole in the wall. And that means what exactly? That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would have been difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range. Difficult to miss, you say? Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. No, you can't be serious. Maki, he can't see. That's why he missed. It can't be him. He is a child, and this is a .45 caliber gun that would have broken his arm. It's the only explanation that makes sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me. The monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. A blind shooter. No wonder he missed. That was the case, we're getting somewhere. Emma's back in the stand again. But I'm pretty sure it really is the other guy. It has to be this dude right here. It has to be him. That's what I'm betting on. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think just this. What do I do now? Raise an objection. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall, but that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh? How so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? Yes, we're going to the right track. If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder. The bitch shot through the door? I don't think it was her anymore. It must have been the guy, because if she couldn't have gotten in there if she was telling the truth about the window, which I'm pretty sure she was. There must have been somebody inside there. So it's either her or the dude. Exactly. Defendant Maki Tsubai is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim. Wait. That's not the right line of argument, Paulo. You're just saying... Oh, jeez. That's not what you're supposed to say. You're not supposed to say that his aim would be off. You're supposed to say that his arm would be broken. Haha! Take that, smug prosecution. Goddamn idiot! Apollo? Huh? What? That bit about Maki being tiny? And the gun throwing off his aim? Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. He's a goddamn idiot. He's just like me for real. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to be agreeing on that point. He's calling him out. Oh, man. Ah! Come on. Cripes, I really put my foot in it this time. But let's get the facts of the matter on the record. If you would, Foiling Detective. Very well. The witness would add this to her testimony. Right. From the state of the crime scene, I concluded that the shooter was blind. Blind with what? You can't say he was blind just because of those bullet holes in the wall. I think I've proven that. I wouldn't call it proof per se. Huh? You merely raised a possibility. Foiling Detective has made the most logical conjecture based on the evidence. Of course, there is more evidence than just bullet holes. The defendant was the only one who could have escaped through the air vents. Objection? But wait, if he was blind, how would he know about the air vent in the first place? A very good point. Well, Foiling Detective, if you would care to explain. He certainly seems sure of himself. Recall this crime scene if you would. There was a stepladder below the air vent. God dang, stepladders. It's always stepladders. As it happens, maintenance was scheduled for that day. Custodial staff went around checking all of the air vents. I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance, including Maki Tsubai. He would have known that there would be a way out of the top of the stepladder. But that's... Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? Because this is a loony courthouse where they don't have to tell you the evidence. You could have figured it out for yourself. You only need to consider what the stepladder was doing there. Damn. So mean. Looks like the defensive objection has been squished by a stepladder. Well, Air Forehead, out of ammunition perhaps. I've never seen prosecutors so aggressive and smug and just a jackass. Come on. Maybe he's caught the scent of blood? Apollo, don't you have something, anything? You know what we need. We need something to prove the killer could see. That'll put him in his place. proving the shooter was sighted would do it. That would take down one of their central points. Do I have any evidence that could prove that though? I think. Fine. I accept the prosecution's challenge. As I knew you would, her forehead. What exactly am I up against here? The prosecution is saying the shooter missed because they couldn't see? Therefore, Maki, who's blind, did it. The defense will please present their evidence. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim that the shooter could not see. Darn. There has to be something. How about the lyrics? Whoa, whoa, burning on my fire, burning my love and fire all the way, like a bullet of love, fire, I'll take my life away all the way, guitar up to the sky together. Can't be this. Can it be this? I doubt it. 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 Wait. The key. I mean, they could have felt it. Time for death. This doesn't tell me anything. Diagram. I mean, if the killer was able to see, they were able to tell a lot of different things, including the fact that they put him on the freaking thing. The lyric sheet? Ah, darn it. Wrong evidence, I'm guessing. Apparently both love and justice are blind. I have to think. There must be something, anything. This doesn't look good, does it, Apollo? No, it doesn't. What do we do? First, we don't panic. Even though Maki's case is leaking water by the gallon, Gavin's on a roll, and it's up to me to stop him. Oh, I'm guessing there was no actual piece of evidence. I was baited. Oh man. I believe Maki stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match the Memoir song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. And Mr. Guy played like the signature of the scene. I wonder if I can press a gun. Objection! I can press a gun. I can do it again if I try. I don't believe it. Okay, so there has to be something. Okay, one more time. What if it wasn't the lyric sheet? It was not this. Postcard? Why would the postcard be doing anything? Sightseeing music. Sightseeing music. There has to be something. The brooch? No. The brooch can't be it either. The key? Ah. Maybe because they couldn't see, they left the keys. No? It's irrelevant, I guess. Okay. I'll come back to this later. I believe Maki stole the body because of some lyrics. Did I press this already? Who would steal body just to match some lyrics? Coincidence? Already seen the silver sings. Do-do-do-do-do-do. La 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 la. La 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 la. Honestly, how did that thing catch fire anyway? The brooch is there. Do not open. The gunshots. Guitar, up together to the sky. This is very look, he's got the Yamcha pose. Oh man. How do you get up there though? Okay, this was not important. He moved the body to match the more song. Does the prosecution have any idea why he'd do all this? No clue. I think I read this already. Some deep reason. A deep reason? Not only did he steal my keys, he torched my guitar. Unforgivable acts even if he had a reason, or worse if he had none. The diva complaints aside, I imagine something doing this on just a whim. Well, detective, I take this... Oh, he's mad. Indeed, it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say. Yes, this crime was planned for sure. No one in this country could have a motive. But, okay, wait, this already look of English. He learned the language super fast. Publicity stunt? No. Yeah. I'm just looking at my VTuber model. It looks so nice. Practically left his signature at the scene. What does that even mean? By signature, you mean the bullet holes on the wall? Oh, this. I need to explain it scientifically. The murder weapon was fired twice. The shot that missed left a hole in the wall. Furthermore, there was one more than 5 sheets. What was that? I heard a ping. Weird. Oh well. Nothing like a scientific explanation to get the blood pumping. It's weird. I heard a weird ping. I wonder what that was. From the state of the crime scene, I concluded the shooter was blind. But why? It's not the keys. This can't be this. Is it this postcard? Diagram? Could be the diagram or the crime photo. He died. Gunshot wound. 9930. It's not the keys, it's not the mixing board. Let me try the postcard. Maybe I should just ignore everything and just person from the country like the other dude. Nah, it's too early. Dun 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 dun. I believe it. Okay, one more time. Okay. Present evidence. The postcard? What does the postcard have to do with anything? The revolver? What if it's the revolver? I mean, that's like the most logical explanation. I'm firing at the... Ow. Okay, I'm gonna... I'm gonna... No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. No, that's not it. What could it be? Oops. That ping again. I wonder what it is. While I prove Let's keep going. But wait, if he was blind, how would he be able to? How would he be able to? Let me check the court rest history. He would have known that there would have been a way out at the top of the step ladder. But how did he get in? You gotta figure it out yourself. Okay, I think I know. Maybe the diagram. That's like the only piece that actually revolves around the actual place. It's gotta be the diagram. Come on, diagram. I'm on my last knees. Ow. Okay. Let me use the guide. Do 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 do. Dun dun. Crime friends there. Crime photo, new statement. Aha, what does that mean? I wonder what that means. Okay, so that's what I have to do next. Not there, not there, not there, not there. Here. The crime photo? But why? Objection! I'm not putting it together even with this. The prosecution holds that the shooter could not see. A scientific conclusion based on a thorough examination of the crime scene, yes. Apparently not thorough enough. I have a certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim. What? This is the evidence. The photograph of the crime scene? I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face. But this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor. The crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it onto good use, yeah? Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime is... Uh-oh. I'm not out scot-free. The writing? Here? The fact that he did not get shot twice? Look, the contradiction is right there. Plain as day. Your finger has a voice of weight. A party of 14? Wow, what the... Hello, it's Jimmy. Thank you. That's a new record. Hey there. Freezy here. Hello, that's alright then. Stop. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. This is technically a debut stream. As the blood next to his left shoulder looks like a clown face. What? Clown face? What? Where? Oh my god, happy debut, yes. Technically, no proper like debut, just going right into it to play. Right now, we're about to get arrested. I done goofed. And he's going to jail. Well, see ya, kid. This defense's trial is sufficient to overturn the prosecution's claims. The court finds the defendant, Maki Dubai, guilty. Damn it. Are you planning on playing the game too? It's really fun. Especially all the dialogue and stuff. Okay. Oh, but you might get spoiled. Well, it really depends. It could be still pretty fun to play. It's a visual novel. It's meant to be played and enjoyed like a scene. Okay, redo. Yes, I'm gonna lurk so you don't get spoiled. Okay, nice. It's really good to play on your own. Okay, I hope you would refrain from swilling the evidence in your forehead. Perhaps Mr. Justice was scared to try it again? Thanks, and we'll have a great DAV stream. Let's go! This is just the first of many this month. Next month. Okay, is it this sign here? Yes, the contradiction is right here. That smeared bloodstains? Thank you, Flor Ruglara. It's my debut, thank you. I thought it was just my blurry vision, but it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head, much like a gesture I have seen many times in court. It's almost as if he wrote something. Aha, I get it. At least, I think I get it. Get what, Froylen? When Mr. Latus was shot, he tried to write something. And what he would write but the shooter's name. And what would he write in it but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name? It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat, I just wish it wasn't all that rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. He could see. No one has anything else to say? The killer could see. He was not blind, he was not Maki. About what? So the prosecution accepts this? You agree that the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? They are not giving me the time of day. What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latus was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it was... Wait. Once he saw what it was. But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blood... Ah! Gotcha. Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to be seen, be able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? You're not cut out to be a detective, Emma. I'm sorry. He could have been the shooter. No, it wasn't Maki. Impossible. Okay, we're getting places. Order, order, order! Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet, up until now... It seems I owe the court an apology. The Gaviners are a band without law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred. During our concert. Apparently this caused some confusion or jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. What does he mean by this? I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like, he knows something we don't. And he's about to tell us. I've got an idea. Let's rock! With these documents... But before that, I have a question for the Royalin detective, if I may. What? Tell me, why do you think that Maki Tubai is blind? Huh? Omitting info, I'm guessing. That's what they all do in these games. All the prosecutors just omit info and just bring whatever evidence they want. What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he doesn't let Mori lead him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant, Maki Tubai. According to this, Maki Tubai can see perfectly well. What? Freaking Larimar can speak English? Maki Tubai can actually see? Next he'll tell me he can actually speak English. His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well, actually. Come on, you gotta be kidding me, objection! But you said... What did I say exactly? Her forehead. Not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was foiling the detective. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider, Makitubai sees, and he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. God dang it, we're back to square one. I see no problems with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe her forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the .45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. No, I refuse to believe this. If that kid actually fired the freaking gun, he would have freaking broken his arms. He would have freaking got Deku arms. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown out the bright skies. This is where the real fun begins for Overhead. Yeah, come on, give me a break. Yeah. Expressions. Gotta use them. The gun would have smacked him in the face. I've never fired a gun, so I wouldn't know. The kickback. I knew you didn't have what it took. Oh, come on, I have what it takes. I already beat you 2 times. Or was it once? No, it was only once. You jerk. Just what I was in here for. Comic relief? Large caliber ain't a joke. Yep, it's .45 calibers. I don't know what that means, but it must be something. Yeah, apologize. Oh, sorry. That's no way to apologize. He's angered the Trucy now. Look out. If we can please end the bickering now. Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can leave like this. I'll come with some new clue to solve this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Don't say that. Haha. What? This bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? That seems to be what happened, yes. We can investigate it. We might just be able to find out what was really written there. Really? You can do that? That's right, with this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Yes. We have one of those tests, yes. Ha, as if I'm gonna tell you. The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform a blood test, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. Science! What's the meme? Yeah, baby, science! Right, go for it, Apollo. Why do I have to do it? Huh? I have to do the test? You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. Alright. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. Yes, I believe an analysis is called for. Have at it. Gameplay. Okay. Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just press A to spray an area. Here, give it a try. The eyes of an entire court are focused on me, staring my every move. They're watching me. Apollo, your hand is shaking? Let's do this. Oh, that was easy. Those look like numbers. Or is it upside down? Wow, it really works. This must be the power of science. Bill Nye, the science guy. It says IPXX314206. Is that the killer's name? Maybe it is. If it was a robot. I have it. So, what is it? I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes. Most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latouche even know a number like that? Good show, Freeland Detective. Rock on! Eh? Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Oh, we're bringing him in. There he is. Now, question, is it you? Darian, you heard what we need. Go and check this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, 27 minutes. I wonder what kind of voice I should give him. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecutor's case is all airtight, or so it seems. Yet, if this number is really that of an Interpol agent... Oh, wait, I know. What if Maki Tsubaya is really an undercover Interpol agent? He would have said so already. That would be a possibility. A possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Mr. Latouche know of an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we wait Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Maki Tsubaya. What are you talking about? Fräulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. Jackass. Tell us before that so we don't go on wild goose chases and mess up time. The judge has to go to the hospital, you know. You're wasting his time. You had me until the last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Maki pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, her forehead? Huh, me? Maki Tsubaya pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start on the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is some kind of game? It technically is. You know, the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Maki Tsubaya pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? Is it this? Sightseeing music. Maybe. I have evidence, I think. Maybe. Probably. Most likely. Maki had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means... No, it couldn't be. You could show her forehead. It seems you thought of something. Why can't I figure out these things on my own? I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well, look at this. This is the reason why he was pretending he couldn't see. Maybe the letter? Song? Sugar, sugar, on that night, in your brains you stole away to the kiss. Pleasure, pleasure, feeling up to the air. Whoa, whoa, burning my life, far away, far away, guitar up to the sky. Nope. Can't be this. Is it this? Postcard? That is... Lamiror? Lamiror and Maki Tsubaya. Recall their relationship? In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lamiror and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him all the times, never letting him go. All times, Yet, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Maki could see. Why did he have to keep up this act the whole time? What's that noise? It keeps appearing, I wonder why. Well, wasn't it part of their, performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Maki did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing. Ah! Really? Really. It was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lammeror. What's this? So what you mean to say is Lammeror is she... Yes, Your Honor. Lammeror is blind. How does he get from that? What? I'm gonna get some water. This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. Gulp. So, Lammeror is blind? I mean, how does he get from that? I mean... Well, then again... The thing about Lammeror is that she never moves her eyes. She's never like twitching her eyes or anything like that. So I guess that explains why. I thought she was just being really cold and serious, like she's a real tough cookie. No, she's just blind. Is it now? Please, shed some light on this sanity, on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous is I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Stop looking at my forehead. I'm getting super subconscious about it. Yet I see it is not vast in vain this time. He's quite correct. You knew too? Come on. He didn't tell anyone. But that makes no sense. Yeah. Wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in the sound or something? Well, since we have her here, witness stand. Why not ask Lammeror herself? I believe she's still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me! I had no idea she couldn't see! I didn't even imagine until now! He's pulling stuff out of his ass. Bailiff, bring in Lammeror. Is she blind? Lammeror? It pains me to deeply call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please, don't be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, can she really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny it is that a tiny little lie born in Borginian countryside would one day grow to be entangled with the entire world. That is the big lie. Impressive, actually. I respect it. So you are... Yes. As I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became Lammeror. Know too that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lammeror. I see. What's that noise? You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial, Her Forehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Ah. Now, Lammeror, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yes, of course. Though I admit, I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a little bit lost here, Your Honor. Okay, round 2. Actually, this is round 3. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew his. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I couldn't see. Wait, I read that wrong. I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. But this is a murder trial. I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would. She told us the truth from the beginning. When she said she saw nothing. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand. The importance of thinking for yourself. Very well. The defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Okay, there was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Happy, happy, happy. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with the PR line before he knew this. Your producer, that's the victim, right? Can I ask that? Perhaps your music reminded him of Borginian scenery? No, it was quite the opposite. The opposite? According to my producer, my music has a certain global quality. Global? Multicultural, if you will. Hard to pin to one region. When people listen to it, they picture the country closest to their hearts. Which is why my music has reached so many. What a lovely story! It sounds like this producer might have known what he was doing after all. My songs are nothing more than a white canvas. To me, the real landscape painters are the listeners. When I think of that, I do not mind how I am represented to the world so much. Huh? Yet, one thing quickly led to another. Oh, hello, Jerian Lane. Shimmy Raid, I'm late. Yeah, Shuri was, what's he doing right now? What's the word? What's the terminology? I'm drawing a blank. Skulking? Is that the word? Yes. And right here, we're prosecuting Lemur. Hey there. Oh yeah, this is my debut stream, by the way. I looks pretty excited. Kinda nervous, actually. Okay. So, as silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I couldn't see. Thank you. Happy debut. Let me ask this. Was that to protect your image as the landscape painter in sound? That does not matter so much to me, really. But the label is quite concerned about it, I think. A landscape painter who can't see? That's like a pianist who can't play, huh? Like your dad, Phoenix? I'm not sure you can compare your father to Lemur. The world of commercial music is filled with these little white lies. Nothing is sacred when it comes to publicity. Lying is okay. Except when it's not. Every one of my staff knew, of course, but no others. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latus? Of course, he was my manager. So he knew. And that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what it is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Man, he's on top of everything. Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. Huh? What's this out? He's alive. Mr. Latus, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latus. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is Siren. Mr. Latus told me to ask the witness, and he named you. Which means he thought you could see? Which means he didn't know? Which means you said he didn't know? Which means you were right? Which means you were wrong? Which means you're lying again. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tisk tisk. What now? What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. The witness, Siren. We heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense. I remember them well myself, but the statement is not to what I refer. Is he saying that because I said it, it's not admissible in court? I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before? Wait, what came before? The witness, Siren, going back. Right here. Ugh. Can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. Can't see. The witness can't see. Oh. Phrasing. Phrasing. The witness can't see. The witness is siren. So they're the witness, but they can't see. That's right. He tried to tell you. When he can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, her forehead. Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Come on. You're so smug. Order, order. Recall Lemuel's earlier statement. I was on my way to the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. Oh, were those what the sounds were? My follower numbers went up. I think it lags behind. Ah, so it's been follows. I really need to get a new one of those overlay follow numbers. That's what those pings were. Followers! Thank you! Okay, whenever I hear that sound, it's a follow. I think. Probably, yes. Thank you. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Miss Latouche witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as a witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots. And the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We already have a run of the simulation, of course. But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor? What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in a session here? We have the results back from the investigation. The investigation? Ah, the Interpol number that was Latouche left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Cresson, your report, please. Okay. I asked Interpol about the number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Darian. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? IPXXX 3144026. 206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouche. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So, when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. So, Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent. So, him being a Lemonware's manager was just a cover. Most likely. There's another important detail I found. Well, out with it. It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently, it belonged to Romain Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent. I said that twice. With such a large revolver. And he had the build too. It makes sense. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's gotta tie in somehow, you think? Yeah, somehow. Following up, thank you. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Cresson. It's been a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. Oh, thank you for the follow. Whoever that was, thank you. I'll be heading out. It's gotta be him. I know it's him. He's suspicious. He's gotta be suspicious. It's not Lammermoor. It's gotta be Darian. Hold it! Who said it? Yes, she recognized him. Wait! Lammermoor? Is something the matter? That voice just now. Darien? Mr. Darien, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. It was him. It was him? You aren't saying... That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche. When I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darien. Is this some kind of joke? What? No way. Oh, he done goofed. He didn't cover his tracks at all. The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I have never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day you get an accusation like that one. Lemur, fingering Darien Croissant. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. He's just like Adachi. Except he killed the guy. Wait, Adachi killed the guy too. Could it really have been his voice that Lemur heard? Things were changing fast. And frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Now you're doing fine, Apollo. You're doing just fine. Actually, you're one step behind there, Gavin. Okay. To be continued. Now. We still got like 20 minutes before I call it a day. No, wait, 30 minutes. Ish. Oh, right. Oh, let's keep going. Time for some investigation. July 9th, 2:12 p.m. The Right Anything Agency. Hey, Apollo. What? Well, you know, actually, nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not. Out with it. The suspense is driving me an ulcer, giving me an ulcer. Well, you know, the trial today, I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what score would you give it? 8? 7? Score, G. I guess I would, or maybe, well... I'm just as bad as you. See? It's so vague. Clearly. Maki avoided guilt. Maki avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. IP at XX 314206. The agent registered under the number was Romain Latouche. And the victim, Mr. Latouche. Who would have guessed he was actually the undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. And we don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lemur told the whole court. Wait, that voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Latouche. When I heard the gunshots fire. Come on. Come on, OBS, work harder. I got a beef PC. There we go. Come on, OBS, you gotta do me like that. Okay, we're back. Back in action. Back to the court case. Happy... Oh yeah, my expressions. I think I've used them. This one, not yet. Okay. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What is he, some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will? That's one way to call Phoenix. I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said? Oh, you know, all these court cases have been linked together somehow. I'm guessing this must be the connecting thread to one of them. Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. You got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's a wasting. As they say, let's investigate. That's the spirit. I want some pasta. Oh. Darien did it. Lemur dropped a bomb in the court today. It was Darien. Lemur said she's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong this time. Huh? Wrong? Why? I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right. I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Right? Did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Darien even? Oh. Dang, I guess it wasn't him. So it wasn't him. Did he just pervert a... Okay, don't tell me it was actually Maki now. Because it couldn't be Darien. Because he was on stage. Was it actually Maki the whole time? Have we even just been bait and switched just like that? Because now that he's scot-free, and everybody thinks it's Darien, that makes no sense. I'm getting lost. Well, I wonder how Prosecutor Gavin's gonna react to Darien being on the witness stand. As his buddy. He's not gonna do like, you're the killer. He's gonna be a defense attorney. Well, actually, he's already been kind of a defense attorney helping me out. You bet I did. He's one of the governor's guitarists after all. He's so cool. Oh, right. All of the governors have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Latus backstage. But Lamora heard him, didn't she? Over the intercom, maybe. She heard Darien backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. She's been lying the whole time. But that's because she was under a contract. Agent Latus, but her brooch was also inside it. Inside the area. Maybe it was Lammeror. Agent Latus. An Interpol agent, huh? I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? International police. They're police who go everywhere. Just like... Goddamn, Zenigawa from Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third. Zenigawa, he's never getting Lupin. Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals, also like Looker from Pokemon. Why can't they just call them International Police? Instead of making some silly name, Interpol is really cool. Interpol. They're everywhere. Yeah. Anyway, you think he was investigating Lammeror? What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances, is all I'm saying. But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palm coin at 50 paces. But then, what about Mr. Latus's testimony? He said the witness can't see. Oh! He didn't know Lammeror couldn't see. So the actual witness is the kid? Because he thought the kid couldn't see. Because technically, there are two alleged blind people in this court case technically. Lammeror, who is actually blind, and Maki, who is not blind but assumed to be blind. So it could be referring to Maki. So the witness is Maki. But then, if he's... You know, we haven't actually brought him to the witness stand, I think. No. He doesn't have an interpreter anymore. Right? And the only interpreter is Lammeror. Oh my god. He could be just saying like, it's her. She's the killer. But she's like, it's not me. He's saying whatever. He's scared. He wants to go back home. Oh my god. Okay. We need somebody to interpret for him. Oh my god. Okay. I think it's Lammeror. But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palm coin at 50 paces. If only were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. I wonder if it was something that had to do with something. I wonder if it was something that had something to do with something. And that something being our case was the last something I mean. Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Latus up to? Who's laughing? Chusi? Was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that. Oh, it was this dude. Who the hell are you? Wait, what should I do? Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered, Grey Mary. Hey, the other day, we're just popping in and out. Who the hell are you? Who's there? Oh, he's got a nice BGM, actually. Do 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 do. We didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly. We meet again. Nice to meet you. Who are you? And can you please stop smirking like that? Nice mustache, by the way. It's you! Uncle Valens! Wait, it's your uncle? Wait, how could you not recognize him? He's your uncle? No, silly. It's the Green Garimir, Valen Gramiar. Wait, how do you see it? The Grand Magician. Yes, it is I, the great Valen Garimir, as seen on television. And can you please stop smirking like that? Oh, that's a pretty cool smirk. It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years to be exact. And I need to make it more old. How to make it more old? My, how have you grown? Good to see you again, Uncle Valens. You look exactly the same. I hate to intrude, but what is the Great Magician doing paying us a visit? I believe it was you. You wish to see me. Maybe I should give him a southern accent. So, be quick with your questions. And do not be quail, quick or quiver. I'm quite tame. Though my stardom may seem slight, I'm quite down to earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura about him. True. Let's ask him about the case, Apollo. This aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm. Magic, magic. After all, Uncle Val's one of the Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. What? Daddy? You mean Mr. Wright is friends with this dude? No, I mean, my real daddy. Oh. Trucy's real father? Okay. Who the hell are you? Magic Man? He's Magic Man from Adventure Time. Wait, Apollo. Don't tell me you don't know about Troop Gramir. Troop Grammary? Oh, Grammary. Huh, no. But it does sound familiar. Oh, lost life! Lamentably listless lad! Do not know of the greatest troop of magicians on the planet? Valiant Grammary. The name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I heard of on television as a child. You bet you've heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park? What do you mean he blew up an amusement park? He's an arsonist? A bomber? What? Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe. Now he sounds like a thief. Is he a criminal? And then he escaped from a high security prison. He's a criminal. You just said he's a magician? I opened the locks to the hearts changed by mediocrity. That is the true miracle of Troop Grammary. Wait, no, get the hell out of here, you're a goddamn criminal. What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you someone else? Like a duo? A duo? Yeah, you had a partner. Something like Grammary. Yes, Zach Grammary. A massive... Okay, looks like the KBS is back to a stable number. Phew. Okay, we're back. Make sure I get the right number of kilobytes per second. Once upon a time, Troop Grammary included 2 Grand Magicians. Myself, Valen Grammary, and my partner, Zach Grammary. And this Zach was... He was my real daddy. Trucy's father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo. Glad that I'm good for comic relief at least. Not that I see daddy around much these days. Oh! Is he in jail or is he dead? Please be in jail. At least he's alive. Ugh. I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? Two, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Juicy. You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valance. I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Coliseum the first time in 7 years, I could not contain my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn that you now defend the poor pianist, that blinded boy. 'Twas a hot topic of a talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did. Teehee. Well, it wasn't all my doing. I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this. That's a videotape. Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I've brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Grammary. Will you watch it? What was the video? Sugar, sugar. Oh, that night in your embrace, when you stole away the keys, my heart held on to so tight. Pleasure, but a fleeting melody. It wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. Whoa, and she's gone, burning on in my heart. She's gone. Was this the moment where she went and killed the dude? And it's on fire as a distraction. And now she's back. A magic trick. She was away for a few seconds. Could that? But how did she? No, that's impossible. She couldn't have killed the person in that short of a time frame. That was way too quick. Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. So, what's the word mysterious? There are more mysterious things than her song going on. Way more mysterious. This valiant Grammary has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert. Maybe because he's a magician, he understands the trick. Wait, let me see it again. Can I see it? Can I speed it up? Okay, let me see it. She has the brooch. It's so nice to be able to skip this. Back in the Blue Badger video, you couldn't skip it. I was stuck on that scene for so goddamn long. It was torture. I still like the Blue Badger, but I hated that freaking scene. Okay, the pendant is gone. And wait, is it there? It's gone. Oh, she's Omega sus. It's over. It's over. It's her. It's her. It's her. It's her. It's her. Okay. But how do I expose her trick? It's so her. Okay, how much time do I have left? I have a few more minutes. Wait, what else can I talk about? Can I present the brooch to him? What's this? You would ask me for a miracle, free or fee? Free of fee? Then thy wish be granted. Thy will be done. Thy evidence evicted into the ether. Whoa. You know, I think I should have said that more angrily. No evicting, please. Are all magicians like this, I wonder? So, I was wondering. That stunt's in the middle of the stong there. I didn't see a stunt. She vanished from one side to the other. What about Lemurwort vanishing and reappearing? Oh, that. I'm guessing... I'm so used to seeing that happen, I didn't even notice. So young to be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand. A petite prestidigitation. Words. A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you were at the concert. Yes. I was there to watch my trick take up into the air. So you were the one who knows how it was all done. Of course. I'm like a deity, with the stage as my domain. I suffer no mystery upon those floodlit boards not grasped tightly twist my fingers. It is opponent primeval power I possess. Yeah, I'm happy I gave him a southern accent. It's kind of funny. Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done? Hey now, don't say it. Please don't say it. Please don't say magician's secret. I need to know. That's like totally against the rules, Apollo. Not during a murder investigation, it's not. Mais non. Oh, he's French? Dang. Gotta change it up. For my I can't... How do I do French? Kinda like Spanish. So I guess I talk Spanish? Mais non. For my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. But then I do my... How do I do an old Frenchman? I guess? Also what? Recall. That terrible occurrence happened later. No, I can't do it. I want to give him the southern one. Well, after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh, don't ever ask. I won't answer. Too bad for you, Apollo. I had to testify him against him. I'm gonna have to bring him to freaking court and have him testify how he did the trick. Whose side are you on? I, Valiant Gramarye, now make my leave, Miss Trucy. There's no need to rush, Uncle Valiant. You should stay a while. Have some pasta. It's fake. I'm afraid I cannot. It may not. I shall not. I've been asked to assist with the analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene. Who are you helping? This is not Gavin, is it? So, you'll be at the concert venue today? Correct. If you'd like to call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, Crocodile. And he's gone. With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked out through the door normally. Well, there you go, Apollo. Magic. Let's get cracking. Right. Valiant Gramarye. I got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, that bit of magic that made Lemurwort disappear. And now he knows Trucy. And how he knows Trucy and her real father. Okay, 10:47. Okay, that's it for today's stream. That's pretty good. Fun. I'm so glad I'm back. My PNG tuber days are over. Now I'm a woodsman VTuber. Nah, but I still got my teeth here. See? Wait. Maybe I should make myself bigger. Okay, well, actually, I should save. I need to not forget to save. Save. I like, Mr. Magician Gramarye. He's funny. Okay. Menu? Save. I guess. I always save. I have trauma against not saving. Because if you play Pokemon back in the day, didn't autosave, then you lose all your progress, and then everything just gets really bad. I hate those days. Oh man, I was despaired. But things are so convenient now. Okay? So, Now that I have actual scenes, I guess I can do those. Stream game full immersion. Be right back. Stream close. Stream recording. I guess I'll go here. Ah, here we go. Oh, is my song not working? Go Flora. There we go. Okay, that's it for today's stream. Thank you for... Was that raided? It's Jimmy. Thank you for the raid. Really appreciate it. I wonder if people are still watching. Can I send them to a raid as well? Okay, that's everything for today. It's not... I've been Silex Archicross. I was about to say my old intro. This has been Silex Archicross, signing out. And hope you'll be back next time for the Faded Woods Bureau. If you need anything else, just give me a call. We got phone lines open 24/7. Not really. I have no assistants. I need assistants. Managers? Maybe? Potentially? Most likely? No. Alright. See y'all later. Bye. Let's see, which one is it? Oh, this one.